Pacho was saying beside say, Bia, o cast bibida when you saw na ucha sikebi to ho, Sibia, erade, Sadi mensaka, Ebia, me first, me salary for a month. Me dinina ebema one pacho, and also see a bribe, so bribe in Yamiana.
Okay. Also for me, the systematic no. No, on say Yame and Chamai said the Yamfa. No, it was I say me was to control. Say me to me, the media bano. Media bano also control say, me to me, I can say Yamfa way any asafo juma. Yemfa we nye personal ministry. Yemfa we some call district. No meet my NSA.
Okay, thank you. Ebe san mienu. Yani ya watch no. I think some betianka. Now, additional ye no actually cry a dozen. Ye no actually cry. I'm present here read this presentation. Your presentation here me and son. But when you cry no ye no baby entino. Question na mubusani in a woman ye no one a mubusa question. But I have to answer it. But at the appropriate time, we will go ahead. Now, maybe you get more clarification. Now, let's start from here. Now, many may discuss the chances here with them. About tight now, tight is any problem. I know all the tight here return it goes to the conference. According to Asono policy, no. The storehouse is the conference. There no any problem. The offering, and problem no. The offering no method the opening. Okay. Before a beer presentation, in 1994, there was a workshop, general conference, stewardship for president our divisions ni mu and officers no Puhata USA. The purpose was to review the systematic benevolence near used to so many years no now share another branch is a bit me abuasa for no on the issue of offering, not the tithe. At the end of that summit no 1994, they came out with 3 options about offering. 3 options and a meeting on Puhata 1994 on the offering. Option number 1, a friend of calendar of events. Calendar of events, they say, you have started a calendar of events here. They started as you know, until within the calendar of events, the division for no. Ebe listed number of offerings I see in our local churches near Mo. Now, baby, I need my message near the corner near the post or near the port. That was the first option. The second option, my personal giving plan. My personal giving plan, no, and no question I will be sano. And no, one hour day offering the becono. Apart from say a bit taking percentage, say, no, I bet you can. Into which I can say, my offering no dear, percent the boy children ministry. My offering no, me percent the boy project, percent the boy evangelism. My offering no, me percent the boy school near school near. Into my personal giving plan, the giver determines where the offering. The last option among the option I'm taking in Kohata 1994 no, and a combined offering plan COP. To COP BIS to COP BI combined offering plan. Combined offering plan no. The bia ube tight bia no, it must accompany with an offering. Now, who has a tight envelope here? Let me get an example of. Well, tight envelope, mommy. Oh, you have mamba kunye. Because as a baby, munya tight envelope too. Aha, okay. Now, Senate here. Hey, o tight envelope ya chepa. Next time, every offer floor. Okay, now, combine offering plan in it. envelope no, it goes with this side. In fact, because of our setting, away division, no. Okay, before I go to the division, me answer. Three options on the buy. The combine offering is say we tight in the pa, I say offering so ebeka. Now, sa option me and say ena omode FND summit no 1994. Now, at the end of the summit, the conclusion is say division B and select one of the options. Now, when it comes to the offering, not the tithe in any problem. And Tiania had division, a Friday West Central Africa division, almost a combined offering plan. I don't know most of you are when you were as well. In 1994, no, I'm free Kohata Bano. That time I'm Kumasi. About combined offering, but explanation of the buy no. I don't know if they don't understand. If they that time no explanation of the buy and they say we you offering tithe 10%, no you offering 10%. A cover bibia. Some na mo yankwala. Hamna na ha muti. Ai someone yini. Mo na fe someone yini. Enti asu ya ekoba bibia untia bibia bio samote aha emno no ena yeyi no yeyi wie ya simu fa yie mra mu fa we fa mra mu ye we mra ena manfo se ne ngofo mu sisi ne gya tua nti that was the time you selected that combined offering plan. Say na combined offering plan no eyeduma. Combined offering plan requires a 10 bia with the tight beshahano. I say it ma tight nini. Yaha sabi illiteracy. Entina ya differentiate tight and offering no. Because you may be when you envy for the whole Ghana Union. Into your queen class one you may be uncle school. Into your different say Kokono hen edition. Tight and a brunette the other. Now, may I be quite to be so for Kokoni, the Mungan almost a son of Duna. Yes, I it's just for identification. Until the tight Shaha, I say offering a Shaha. Now, in COP, combined offering plan, when it comes to offering in totality, biblical offering, Sanya Pena make one semno. Ye need percentage additional. So it was wrong. At that time, somebody said, we tithe 10%. I know you offering 10%. It was wrong. Biblically, it was wrong. Formula DPR offering, three formulas. Offering, it can be equal to the tithe. It can be more than the tithe, or it can be less than the tithe. Formula DPR offering, no. And you, the giver, must decide how much you can return. Enti enye fix said there be asana me because sometimes things may be hard. Enti se o pese ba bia wo yi anyame hira wo ma wani ji kase hu se wa ya dia menyame a enye tight the 10% nyame se ono anope but offering no betimi ayi 80% nyame be da wase ana se o betimi ayi se me yi tight no offering ayepe ana se me ma tight no according now offering now based upon your commitment. Hello? But I am wrong, say what the tight beshaha now offering what the tight shaha no I'm for offering or we may offering because chrono no say a tight and offering. So anytime you return tight, it must accompany with offering. But the offering no at your own discretion. Let me get time to explain here. Yemfani say me government worker busumi ni etua meka busumi meba memne da no me de me tithe and offering no ahyema betum ya de envelope na ma matena wa menya bibia nti bia gise next month but sometimes I feel uncomfortable say me ba memfa bibia emenya me because you have already returned your tithe and offering Now, that one there, you can add more offering with that tithe. Are you getting me? Hello, Martin, what can I say? If you have a cabusumi way, I catch you 5,000. 5,000, may tithe 500, offering 500. Me buy me diabetum. Next week, me buy my beju no. Me catch you be say next month. But mint say there be I buy a 2 offering a day. A year between one. I say my kwaso baby. Near the offering ban me many say me intino. I want to add some offering. A ban is idea, you can add it. But one thing I discourage is when you are in your local church, you are not required to put a loose offering, a bread envelope out. No. Oh, local church, all offerings must be put in the envelope for record purposes. Until we are local church members, and then we be near my and Sunday, near the shame, and Sunday shame. No, as some 1 city, 5 cities. No, oh, aha. What the fashion envelope never too. So far as what return where you loose offering is meant for visitors on Messiah. For example, me feel my naba, me feel say then I have the opportunity to say me did loose offering. But if you are in your local church, all offering must be put into the envelopes because say what you are tight dada. But when you are tight dada there. If you are offering that they are tightening bar, it must accompany with an offering. Now, me and say me offering yen fankwaha ewo yen ye division mu because policy edi adwuma doesn't allow that. Oh, North America na Europe dia betime ayesa. Omu you sue my personal giving plan. Nti me ya worship say pastor me nua bi wo Germany me now bi wo US e bi wo ha me omu ho Europe ne North America for AUSU, my personal giving plan. I'm the child baby or envelope a friend say will offering no beko. But any hano de any combine offering plan with the tomb. Combine offering plan is kabia or the share hano as offering no. Calculation no say neko. Ye is scanning na won your share mubiano 50% eka local church. Munya 50%, 10% eco district, 10% eco conference, 5% eco union, 5% eco division, not 20% eco general conference. Until offering beer with mama asafono, it flow from down to up. Nekosro. Until so far as I any policy, I combine offering plan atum na yedmano. Okofano had the bra why bonny because you had never a dear man. Until you who writes so better, and to the end of the fashion, any better than your dear. Would you shame na ya titibia manobia? The only problem I want to say, Esan say you're returning much offering, and much money into the local conference, no? Because mostly no formula medima mono more equal less. Black man the debut obey you less than the offering. Because he empebre, but he pays transfer than he pay more. And Tina, ultimately, you should have from now. Would you wait? Hello. Now, Auntie, what did he say? Auntie Charlotte. Me no baby as I say me drew. Now, me person me dress say one of the wrong method that I saw for the GC nowadays. A dino or Bible mu. But application on the Gisicano is wrong. Method number 1, covenant. Near this envelope amount, I say, first cashim neka will be a gusubia na unirade enye apam. Covenant. My be pay. Some way because of will be free her pepper and I know the Yanisika. Timmy. Covenant, a covenant, a solemn agreement between two people or two parties, sealed with a vow. And here were two types of covenant. a covenant between two equals and a covenant between a superior and inferior. Two equal nipa ne nipa. Enti ekoba say ye ware ye ka marriage vow na ye ka no ye make covenant. Okay? E covenant. Enti covenant no me din sika ne pefe say me nim bibia esi kwan a enam senti emfata say me fa wo eye me hia yire na me di me nu kredie esi ano awowa onyame emwamisa. You are vow with your faithfulness. Enti covenant no enti emienu ene ye. Now, a covenant between superior and inferior, a covenant between God and man, or a deity and a human being. Anytime a covenant near between superior and inferior is the highest person who determines the terms of the covenant. Then we respond to the covenant. Enti nyame efra nyame na determine nyame fra Abraham onu na determine the conditions of the covenant. And covenant be our conditions. It comes with curses and blessing. Ubu super ubenya onome udi susua ubenya we. Enti covenant nipa ntimi nyame nya covenant nyame na nie ye covenant nie de ahye. And a covenant be ayemfa bibi and nemom it comes with a sign. Say aye bibi sa a sign so should be everlasting. And we ti and our dear no oh dear this say owo and a titi and tem. Because when you are there according to divine covenant, no, and you can say a titim covenant should be everlasting. In your covenant is here near them. Okay? And it must seal with something. Is somebody having a Bible here? Hebrews chapter 6. Hebrews chapter 6. Nyame can be, I think, verse 16 or verse 8, verse 16. Nyame said, Paul said, Abraham, nyame ni Abraham, ne nyankopon ni ade bia, call 15. Enko chire, en starting free 10. En starting free 10 en hade. Ana 13, en free 13. 13, enko 13. Okay. 13. For when God made promise, that promise is there is a covenant to Abraham, because he could not swear by no greater. Until the covenant, ye didier so kesiye akamemu ekromo me frase omo asem bi omo abi kam say o fra me awiemo ensuo mo meba mama me to aboabo fo dwada sa aboabo dwada no ye ntam kesiye enti anu ne de sia no enu nti eno man panin so ye pa ye the constitution of Ghana. Enti I'm going to abide no cry friend me so I say I will abide by it. Obusu pa ye betunu onyamra. So more covenant and I say bia no ye de ade kase bia esombo ne adisia no. Enti nyame make covenant with Abraham because God could swear by no greater. Ade bia ne wiase asosini nyankopon ko a bia no ha nyame sosini no. He swear by himself. Enti wanu ankasa ne din no de swear. Enti wo kan Bible na ka say that saith the Lord. Let's say nyame di ni din na esi ano. To aso yanko verse 14. Verse 14. Say, surely blessing I will bless thee, and multiply I will multiply thee. 15. 15. And so after he had patiently endured, he obtained the blessing. Blessing nyame di Abraham, you obtain it. 16. Also, okay. For man verily swear by the greater. And nipa de ye shan kom ye apama ye de ade son and ye be an oath for confirmation is to them an end of all strife. Number 17. Wherein God, willing more abundantly to show unto the heirs of promise the immutable of his counsel, confirm it by an oath. Oath no eyenidimu. So covenant be the idea so ɛna yɛde rent esia no nti nipa entimi determine the terms of the covenant nyame ɛna yɛ covenant nti wo respond wa no wahyem but it comes with condition apart from the only biblical covenant a condition na ho ɛyɛ Noah covenant nyame kyerɛ ne sɛ uhunu rainbow pa ɛkyerɛ sɛ me fa nsu yie me all covenant it comes with condition you obey and you be blessed or you disobey and you get curses. Now, first term, second thing, any what you now bisano vow. Ye were a nipa 4-5 and all Bible mom we vow. Vow and say, Wini nyame a tonchia kukwemu. Send okay. A rade me pese me too kind. So, utimi be a kwama me pa midwe bedawase. Eno no kanu kokwa mu ni nyame na yesade no na va no enso no yemfa de manyame yemfa sika manyame so onyamame ase na emom nyame yema wuwie a na abedase enti nipa 5 ene wo vow ba first vow eye Jacob ekwa no of Laban ho no oduru kwam no ye vow say urade say wo de me kọ me wo fa Laban ho de me kọ ba na me san machi bra sumdwe mu a ene awurade obeye me nyankopon aha no mo ebeye nyame fie na ne odbe ma me bia no metua so ntutuso dudu. Do you remember that statement? Genesis chapter 28 eho vow first person or vow no Jacob. Second person Jephthah say awurade wo se me na me nkodi wo manim a odi mbekwa abasodwe mu dia me sefata so de me call now de me bapa adie bia me ba me yankunum difo bedin kan hia me afiri me fie me plano no me de bebo afode ama. Second vow of Bible me Judges why and by Jephthah ba odinkunim why ne hia no ne baba me ba wa ha me be me nyankopon ayentamti no I must do it though when kunu but or sacrifice me already throughout. Number 3 Hannah said, my bobo dear Dawson, me ngo ateteni Dawson. Hannah went into the temple secretly. Ni krukra hu. Eno kobo mpa no nyame, one ne ye apam, one ne ye vow. Twi no ya na ye need terminology ni yenti mu se na meka no. Because twi ni ka apam e wo covenant, na ka apam so e wo vow. One ne ye na ka kire urade say, afida samri se oboam na manya baba ma menkwanam nyina no mede ne sa ma nti Hannah nkwa na ye ba no nti eli beto no ho no oka no na oni nyame atintam awie e na oka kire nti amoni kurukura ma ne until say abofra no ba na onyini no opagya abofra no na ode no kwatena ho afie eli fie abofra somewhere nti ofofele ne ba no abra nyame. Now the third person, the fourth, right? The fourth person, David. Psalm 129 or so. David said, until say me see awurade fie, mama awurade enwatono no. Me na me kata me nukra, aduane kra bi nkama no. Me so me nyese so he say he must do the Lord's house before he can do so. He make it. Last one, Absalom didn't want to know. Granny quiet no bar no. I train no person and no catching papa say. A bra wa me granny quiet baby no. Mininya me at times or the me koba. My denya melty. Me not into my kwana me kotia my boy dear emerade. So above vow, we pay vow after God has done his part. Because as soon as odi adie be merade, no man condition say adie na odi mano ninti enna odi mano no. Na nyame gye a wa committee nyankopon nti ade na ye bone kura se oyema. Hello nti abami we otetem dodo awurade unkuni mame na me ho ntome afisa me unyi sika we na unkuni mame na me ho atome na nka matena ho di we nyame betie nti nyame se o de mintimi nya nti wonye ba odi sika man no pa wa committee no nti wagye pa ese wo ye bisade bi wo ho a ye chiwade ma awurade. So God doesn't want to take something from you so that he do something for you. But to person ya with the ka near a man not all thing until say nyame be fulfilling the part no, you don't have to pay your vow. Until you can hear vow is being paid after God has permitted. What kind of secret? Say nyame be won't me first come ready say ready me this can tum. As soon as all this car and I be ready say oh jina so I be a man pen no bribe ready. Into why bonnet. But you can make it as soon as one be nyame say e wona so mem na a share any party. Now the last thing yes I be so the seed yen sow seed somewhere mati bi da brofo a monti ase na mo kofa ba munum seed so ade so seed munum seed yesi mu sow seed ye ma mo even say mu sow seed da seed any ukodo fu na ko sow seed musumu no fu mu ko sow seed on mu tenkra ha mu ni asase do sow fu. Now, a basic project for seed money. Let me use this illustration. This is our church house. You say you fix air condition. Okay? Air condition estimate ni na ibe bibia na here 300,000 Ghana cedis. Now, after everything, ni abe promotion ni akase this year we want to fix air condition. Sika here ni. You better condition say you better one say omamba be ye bibia ne akambom nti ye hia sa sika no na ya keke en sa 300 no ye nyamu 100,000 nti sa 100,000 na be ye seed money a ye boa ma na nyini ne ade ato air condition no aye sika aye foto a minim brofo account se ne ka no eno ne ade to ho akoto ne atuatua bi asoso na yetimi de affix air condition. And when your friend say ye seed money, but you every share paper say so seed me rade. These are all charismatic and Pentecostal method as for no ede eura SDM. Enti mame ubeti mi aye based upon say uni nyame na yokukwemu aye sa enchiane say rade me pase oboa me na sebi fida sam ni minya kunu ana minya ba ti so ye mame a meba beda wasese ana me kwa na nyina me de be ma me de be sumu nti no wawie se nyame ye pa then you have to come and fulfill your part. So ye be Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 4 to 6 obi o Bible so we dey kan asani move to the next people. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 4 to 6 one dey be so mark ni bo ho Ecclesiastes chapter osenka 4 etrinum ichem ensia en nine kopim ensia obi for mark no 5 4 to 6
4 to 6 so we show Nyankopon bobia
we make a vow bro ni say bro fun say when you make a vow to the Lord to aso
entwentwen ne ma ase
Unase, said, don't delay to go and pay it. Say, oh yeah, ipa, defer not to pay it. And Chinchon, say, Nadia Minisika Crade, and Namasha Wemeda Kutia. No, one ya chef vow, no, or say, and Chinchon will not see self Kutia immediately. I bemo I saw Kutia Twasso.
If he say, owning Quasia form,
Yankopon, we need and Quasia form, but Trefa, we are Quasia on heaven. Kwasiafo adoso ben kwasiafo bia so ko heaven nyame ni kwasia ho adaje kura because so much be obresa do mo yaduma ti nyame ni abotre won kwasiafo ho
de wahye bono
ti de wahye bono
ma
kotua no pepepepepepe we are o kapa nyame eba mu pe kotua nya fe na say na me kura de ma yinu hu na me kai we say nu say na de no I'm saying, we don't see. I wouldn't say me about Frafacha me. Some quasi have grown in a minimum day. And me one non cassa. Twasso.
Fenyinam say one shabo, Snake say one shabo.
Vow and you're composing. I make a children until number one vow covenant. And more will be and push you that and push him one kasa na esa odwini se oni nyambe yasa because esunsaso wo so nti ansa na abaye no tena se menyame kasa nkyerɛ na tu saa na mo no nti fa nyinam sɛ wanyɛ nyame no ni hwee ka ba wunya yɛ so dia na ba mu dia eto wo bi onni bi o kwanbɔ ni bi abɛhwɛ akotua no kɔfa akotwa kwanbɔ ne kwa papa bi afa so kɔyɛ because ɛyɛ wadeɛ but nyame mpɛ kwanbɔ ne nti pɛ kwan papa so tua toa so
Emma wa no kwan fa wo nkɔbɔ ni mu.
Aha ano na de kɔbɔ ni mu. In fact, ebi wɔ hɔ a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ ade ne saa wɔ ni bi kura ɔsɛ number 1 tete na ne yɛ yi a yɛfrɛ ne sɛ yɛbɔ afɔdeɛ na ne yɛtɔn nɔma no ne we ka kwa bi duru hɔ no abɔbɔ akɛse ɔbɔ ya na going cry yɛde ade ne kɔma sɛ mika so obi aka bi na msumika bi ɔna no abɔ ne ka enti ɛma wa no empepre nkasɛm ɛnu ne kwase asɛm kwase wo sɛ obi a yɛ kwase ada bi ɔpa kyɛw da bia ɔyɛ sorry I'm sorry me pa kyɛw da bia obi di n'anim ba pa na ɔno sɛ kwase a ɔpa kyɛw kwase bia ne suba no da bia ɔsrɛ me kɔpa kyɛw enti dwene wasɛm ho ansa no waka ansa ne nyame kasa no toa so
Na enka wɔ ɔbɔfo no anim sɛ ɛyɛ mfomsoɔ.
okay
Adɛnti na Nyankopɔn bu mfu wo ne
okay
na ɔnsɛe wo nsa no
okay
adwuma.
thank you eyemaye enti ne nyame pɛ sɛ ɔkyerɛ no vow bia bia ne bɛm a you are supposed to go and pay it nti don't just make vow so sanity ɛwɔ ɛnmu nti vow betimi nyame ayɛ nyame ansa wi a na wo part no akotua wansa wuntua aha to nya ansa pa but ɛyɛ nyame pɛ nko aso dia ɔbɛyɛ ama okay ebi ti sɛ o nyame sɛ wo de me kɔ kumasi a me koi akwantua me tu akokumasi wo de me kɔ pa na wo de me kɔ duru asomdwe mu a na me samba asomdwe mu a mede wa sɛ wa make vow nti nyame de kɔ ba you must fulfill your vow because wo ka kyerɛ nyame so mfa nkɔ de wa kwaba ɛno yɛ vow no okay aha ti ase ayo my question you clear okay now number 3 and 4 and I'm ready for number no and one answer no okay number 4 what's one answer number 5 and 6 omunyina sorry call okay fabreda oh number we ready for number me sure anymore we ready for number farmer elder okay omunyina ko nti betimi abanim ha yeah
master me busa say ti say ye combine
yeah
nti 24% ebia by January no you free sa combine
no busa question
ye planning unibi
project
my church my support
yeah
my church my support no ebi say on pese obema amount to be a ebi ebedru ho no no ntimi antua nti ono a on preje ono so nsuro ni din by ni obenya bia no odiaba ye no so ne kwan ne say
okay very good yeah elder normal next one way me say bra ye ni 22 one be na question and san na mo ye na em so mo nyina so call okay yeah elder bring him here I can't question back no problem yes ma Esther
pastor
yeah
me question no about tithing
okay
maybe bisa say how much benefit from tithe
okay 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 and no one we or no one question okay now yeah elder menya sa question is ebra even me church bi wom e be say me preje me ametua wrong we lack faith you don't want to commit yourself there be a different thing you are the point they say yes yeah tia enu ne kinkan but in you are that one you are not making a vow you are pledged your support say nyame the way be support to uni nyame nye vow. In vow no you are getting something from God. Say nyame ya and not pray. When you are giving to support God, there is a difference with that. Okay? Until ye pledge ye adwuma no ye digidie ne ye beton konwa ye hia sika 10,000 until obi antro ne omnyina gidie so antro eno na gidie bam say awurade one thing abetimi ama nyame a connecting into vow ni say awurade meni adwuma. Okay, meni adwuma ana madwuma e wo fom me pese meton konwa 5 nti nyame be kwama me so otimi be kwama me a sa ade we me 20 me tro 5 be kwama me. That is faith, and that based na we abetua we are wadwene say usro ana say unya intia o like gidie the vow no anyway no ne covenant we na mo ka no e bobra we e o pledge o committee say nyame fama. Now it were two things. O pledge say mema 100,000. Okay, then you plan to pay, but sometimes maybe along the line na BBSC went to me and pia ebra wa ye dru baby I genuinely nyaminim say and your fault God is not going to hold you responsible. Okay, unless say we are what you say unpia. For example, me feel say my pledge say mema 10,000. Along the line, my kunya konshia me the hospital is akopuma fnewe. And your fault. Nyame committee say betua sadin. Okay. But a problem say unim say ebu along the line no kra no sika na oka no na bibia boma ma no anya say sika no fum nya ya so ne ma mfa nko ya de foforo na ba ebia mabio. But unya na de betua pa then God opens another door for you. Ti normally bibia e be plan say did no ya ni to for mu ya near Yaku say betua nyame opi kwama ye se ne betimi atua be ane de ani abu nkofo bi so mo na so mutimi tua but kakra bia betimi atua bia no pledge ti wo pledge say well obi pledge 10,000 na betimi a pledge 1,000 wo hwe so busumi bia metua 100 cities times 12 and 1,200 you can pay. In fact me you or me church no Gaby school Gaby throw or throw set 10 cities. No, the share and for the year. No, my confused. The blame na me free again. I'm saying, I didn't watch no. 10 no, so there be pastor. Now what we be a metria 10 cities. And I'm saying, sir, I'm now what to do a war afimu. I say, I say 50. How many weeks now? 52. I said, meaning 500 and something. Now, I'm trying to say, now to be a metria, I say, Pastor, my bomb penny, because I be a debia metal credit, a gummy phone, data gummy phone, so intimate me a tia. Oh, tia, crack, I would tia. And tea, I didn't attach the no. And they send your pesa, we are no name, Mishra, so man, bem. But why did you say, we need be women will be so, we be that. And a difference room, I was and 1 minute. To always commit yourself. When you mean committee, say Yame, when I'm passing me, then God will support you to do it. But you are doing it with faith. Since so say, and Minabian Metia, so you're not just sounds Minabian am the amount. Sounds so bumpy, Minabian am the amount, may be swimming from every day. I say to me, so a specific. Because oh, Benjamin Chaya, yes, specific. Oh, Bompire, yes, specific. Many say way and I'm paying me media amount. Now on tight issue. Tight no ye asofo ni tua momo. Nti asofo omo mo ye adwuma ewo conferences and denominational institution no. And this support to some of the denominational this thing. Let me give you an ad break here. I don't think if I have it, let me see. tight no say na eba ye che no nti omom benefit ni. Now your retirement fund ye ni obi a oye adwuma wo SDA institution conference any union any Valley View SDA institution ni nyina no your retirement fund ye tito ho apart from social security government piama ye no nti wo yourself for ye worker e wo SDA institution ma ukọ retirement ye GBB a friend sustentation. But requirement on say SSL we more than 15 years. The minimum years to require to benefit from that retirement no 15 years. We are man no 15 years you don't qualify. But when you are 15 years and above, our ministry anymore and a baby are man sa in a boanti conference bia institution in sa found no busumi bia yeti 10% equal to division 4 near the common near the tour building that retirement fund no. Now into 10% cohort. Now division any sorry say workers na wo division near ni nyina no office near ni nyina omo so omunya ne ombe so ne ombe yo modwuma dia support to omodwuma into division so busumi bia sika beba na yede 7.6% equal division 7.6%. Conference bia sika no busumi bia emu 7.6 equal division. Now the next one union so any sorry nti churches no sika omede ba no conference na equal nti eno so kwa union conference wo ehye union asi nyina omudi mu 8% equal nti almost ho na omudi tuatua my phone work ani asofo no ne expenses wo nyina union for no ede. Now Valley View University school omo challenge nti omo sika sem any infrastructure no ma no and nti policy e dia ba no say SSL conference bia ko support nti ya ha no busumi bia sika tight eba ni nyina total near the 2% eco Valley View. Now you make key provision to her for general conference session so every 5 years. Until every month be a conference make provision to copy me said that 5 years number 2. And also you the 2.4% of the title no to her for that program. Say 5 years no so near the atwaso. Your educational endowment fund. Your national one, your local one. Oh yeah, asafoba. Now call Valley View. Now Yeboah so. What do you boy you call a some amount discount? Ewo omu school fees ni mu. Number 2, omu ye theology no mu to the omu ye closer to theology ye no. And so conference no ewo sika bi ase atifru aketuem. Eno ye 0.5%. Ni me no ye 1%. Now Volta Ghana. Volta any OT regional ya chemu 2 conferences a union system I want to say we union missioner a conference missioner just say officials are into conferences na was a conference ni na be support into omo e ho na a mission into omo so busumi bia ya the 2% of the tithe eco support omo GTV hope evangelism now Pastor Ewu no GTV. I don't know said that's so cost there. A cost Moja. Okay. And also almost 1% every tithe ni mu. And now ye prepare see a baby a new union. Ntiano so almost 1%. And now Hope Channel ye the 1% call. And now union asase na da ho kakra no lease no eswe date na amrofo ne ba ye de toy no eswe na twam nti ahemfo ne sika gangan to abi ne ba eno makwaji loan aba nti etuatua no so mo de 1% call nti 37% of the tithe no ekọ wem ni aka no eka local church conference no ehọ ne de tua asofo ene omo workers na wo ho no any medicals education bibiara policy require say asofo no ye de mo no eno na ye de ye tithe ne ye de sad no tiase ayedma. Okay, we said you.
Okay, so we share some kind of scriptures, no, call Bible more. Besides, say like the way ucheche no sana Bible chair say you know, and I say conference no decision because say we share some Bible quotations which say 1 Corinthians 9 verse 13 and Numbers 18:21 and Deuteronomy 14:28 to 29 and 1 Corinthians 9:13. Actually, omo I will say yemfa omo tight ekom or say to support those in need, the poor.
No, too tight and I can't watch him. There were two tithes. The first tithe is meant for the keeping of the Levite. Okay? And no, the first tithe. And no, tithe now is untouchable. Yeah, the ma omo. Second tithe no, and or say. Nyame Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 5 to 14. Any other you know. Say you can use it to support the tithe, the needy. Any or say a kwani wakra mbetimia edi eno ho. Until you were two tithes, you were second tithe, and you were the first tithe. The first tithe is meant for the upkeep of the Levite, and no, and they call storehouse away. The second tithe, no, nyame require say, and no should be taking care of the family and other activities. Until and support to poor needy.
Until the 1 Corinthians 1 Corinthians 9:13 or say, do you know that those who work in the temple service get their food from the temple, and those who serve as the altar shares theirs in shares what is offered on the altar.
So what is your problem? So it's the same as the first. So those who work as regular ministers of the gospel, they are being paid with the ministry.
So the question is, what happens to the organists and then the deacons?
No, they are not regular workers. They are using their spiritual gifts. Oto nyom, oba organ, a deacon, we are the ministry we are support to us. Ministry no ye oma omo call duty and no kwani adwuma ye no ye support to omo. Nti enya obi a beto nyuma kwa na so be organ akọ. No. Nti in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, pastors no any tuomka. Enna omo ye adwuma ewo conference any union office no any tuom. Omo in the church ni mu no, apart from pastor no, the only person most of the churches omo tuomka janitors. And if the church has money, now your employee say omo clean my na. I think I went to Laboni recently. Omo new omo washroom. Nti memre da no omo use super nti omo afobi wo ho no ma I think onya SD ni consistently obi apie ba no omo clean they paid. But other worker bia we adwuma we say woto nyom say in fact we are congregation, and then the pastors, the shepherd shepherd the sheep. So it's the shepherd that the conference pay. They don't pay the sheep. If you are the shepherd no. Shepherd no the enemy, you don't pay the sheep. Until as one man will be a more and heavier here. Until say organization a same band to a women ministry to young women. So where are you going to get the money? So the structure of the church doesn't allow those things to happen. Until now me catch Prince Emmanuel for unless on peculiar problem say be a young guy be a or boy a may about organ but or challenge you be proud no kwana or take a sacrifice no baby boy be or not when you're my student yeah internet church let say oh because of send way you need to know you decide in your man be big say no that is allowed but wrong say wo personal because say me be boy organ me need be am to know as one to make 2,000 na be jiska oh yes sir then you don't have anything in heaven me can Prince Emmanuel we nyame adwuma we nyame fie na wo jisika e wo ho a wanya wakatua dada enti nyame enu ni hwe ye wo heaven unko bi because what did you ha that is the gospel truth. Hello nyame say beto nyoma no hello nyame say beto nyom nyame say beji jisika offering nyame say be borga nyame say be promote to tithe nyame say be conduct no obia be jisika dia ya di mo wi a aso no ne adwumade di unless a person has a special problem say program bitino yes support no but we don't come and put yourself on the payroll say aso no 24 hours that is not this thing. And let me tell you one thing. The Seventh-day Adventist Church, a well-organized church, is one of the well-organized church. In fact, there was a research conducted some time ago. It came out said we wanted to find the most organized institution. The first institution, well-organized, was the German army. German army was very well organized, followed by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Our organization required what the church has to do. Until the Seventh-day Adventist Church, you cannot finish Valley View. I'm not telling you free Valley View, Papa. Near from somewhere, for pastor. They are wrong. They are not pastors. They are not pastors. Before you become a pastor, you must be employed and be given ministerial credential or ministerial lances. We started with lances, then we raise it to credential. Until that is how it is. Until any time we misbehave, we can take that thing from you, even though you have finished your school. I think see a baby or that mebaha. We must also be a friend of Reverend Akafia. If I know, now no dende. If I know, I think say. Yani better ha prusia many pastor SOT any pastor Geza nearby. Kafia can no we have dismissed him. No, so many people. So the structure of the church, according to the organization of the church, doesn't allow us to pay any church member. Now, question us hello, Pastor. My so question Brenim. Because my mom raised him, no more.
Hello, Pastor.
Yeah.
My question is,
okay.
Okay, so Pastor, per the structure of the church,
yeah.
I think it's any your policies, I wanted to find out the policies, how often do they review those policies? Policies, we are more reviews policies now, and I said that, and I said that, and I said,
Tamaso. Okay, I said Tamaso. Mamma, Mamma, Pampa, me free. Mamma, me late. Okay, come and ask your second question. Then you are near. Fine.
Pastor, from discussion, me who say, full time.
Yeah.
Irrespective of role.
Precisely.
But me person me bisa say, within the conference and our union, you were dedicated. We find it's a singing group and our quartet. Omunye juma yedi omunye missionary work. Our conference ni two or one. Because usually we take complaints from musicians via. I just want to know.
Okay.
Yes.
Last one because me time aso. What will you sound be?
Pastor,
yeah.
Pastor, person bisa bibi kakra fa tight no. Me pastor, pastor, me yi me tight e wo fie na ma bom paye atwe nyame se atwe nyame na me de ahye me tight card dim na atwe bibia aba na meyi ties no back na etwe mi nye sika na mbi hye ma mi bisa se eye bone ma
Bibi be ne bai.
na pastor Mbacho mini sika bia o mi hu mi ma mi so be se ni sika na sika no embaye na
makoyi tight na di
back na sika ne baye na msa dia akɔhye
eba ntimi ntua o de Fatum thank you tight o di sika ni shambli fu say Kim shambli fu no ye nyame dia yenyi o bo tight besia o be bo besia o ntimi ntua da wonya yi tight sika say mi de be hyem da bia wo ha be do so say sika no ntua enti o di sika ni hyem penti na envelope so o di hyem say Kim o ya de kra anyo de sika ni nyame dia enti nyo de bio into the ba na ye now nkofo bu say me question bi say so for na me kwa so down no e na me duru kwa mu na obi yare na me di tia na medical fee na mtimi tia wo ko commercial bank akwaji loan uduru kwa me di loan ma uduru kwa na obi yare da kwa na atam ne ko hospital wo ko tia sika na ka kire manager say manager loan na no beji me duru kwa for na obi yare ti me di 5000 e ko tia medical bill o de be show anyame de on na sabi na nimu ha on de mu de befaji nyame sika anti em fa sanka anti wo de hyem a enyi bio now in our setting here ye ni singing group bia conflict tu amuka the only singing group omo North America key heralds for no na omo afọ omo a baby evangelism go bia no omo di omo chi no omo koto then they pay them, that's their full time job but ye ne Ghana ha de na ntofo no kra do omo sa e fo kra omo ha dwen kra si wo ko hom kra benya sem nti ye ni bi kra omo fa boge kra nyest for na mo di dendra yiseje now policy can be reviewed. It's reviewed, but some of the policies are untouchable. Some of the policies are untouchable, but it can be reviewed based upon. You see, the issue is Seventh-day Adventist Church. Everything was based on American democracy. The American democracy and when you go to the Western world, no maybe or man no di esi ho efrititina no president can change it irrespective of your power that no president can change it. San Seventh-day Adventist Church yetie there are some things be that identify us as the remnant church pioneers ne di esi ho. Those things are untouchable, but policy can be changed based upon situation. But as it is now, there about payment of the tithe in India, that is what the policy requires. At long run, say do baby na say best sanity, but say the sanity. So policy can be changed based upon the situation. Okay, Obiawe. What's the Obio? I more time now say yentem na.
Okay, now maybe sir concerning Numbers 21. I say Yama Levite no tight no. I just say you the more to compensate them as in say who compensate you of this. So yeah, onya any form of inheritance.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe say sorry no renti a dime and I say epe a dime. Ama osofo ni nabusua. Ama asori ana asafuno atimi asanso ahwe ne ma if you have said school. Any the Bible no kind no ebo ebra
and then more bra tete no ye che inheritance emma family bia no obi adidi so Levite no more be because edmo mo ye nti obia de ne de ebe support ne ya ni when you are doing a full-time ministry policy requires say you take care of you send your obenya daje de aye but remember we call retirement say Kim we call retirement now we need a fear ultima. If you be at more conference, be on be 12 years, irrespective of your condition, you be your flow because you are not a worker. But we take care of you because you are worker. Send your benya and what in your fandia. And a policy requires say, your mouth benefit be for that time. No, until inheritance now, no, that is how the church has quantified it. Yes, I made you know. Until time continues time by near to us. Yes, one because I'm not my son from time. Me disobedient child. Okay. Hey. Na young and a chile, and up some TV.
Pacho, na me bisa say, wobetumi around o tight. Ebia said the salary no. Unyansesa.
Yeah, always don't cheat God. Okay? Yani have a problem when he say you su transfer and you su check. Maybe no question ebia 5 pesos 2 pesos unya. Until a banner says, or running on to the next figure. Say, Nyamidia Babiduho. Until always don't take God's money. Rather, let God take your money. That should be the principle. Okay. And it's under Sabbath. When you are new baby, until next time you share, na yatwaso. Until the question will be a bit to me because time na so. Mommy, I saw in your mom pie. Eda was say, a reaction in your maye. Nyanko ye bia facha ye niaka wo chire ye de shonsa me ahoden ni ntimi show din kronkron no nyam ye da wase so atie ye amen nyame sham